But first, let's get to Trump Campaign Advisory Board member and Arizona State Treasurer. He's Jeff DeWit. Good to see you, Jeff.
Great to see you, Liz. Thanks for having me.
Jeff, you were with him last night. His base loves him. The left hates him. There was a 180 between the tone of the speech last night and today. Some say, that, critics are saying the speech last night was divisive. Now he's calling for unity. What's going on here?
Well, again, I think it was somewhat unifying in the fact that Mitch McConnell sent over his statement that shows that they're on the same page and bringing people together. So, I was at the rally last night, as you pointed out, and I think that this was the president getting his message across. And we have to remember that he's the president and he sets the agenda. So all the American people want to see Congress get something done. The president laid out his priorities, and now it's time to enact them. And I think, the only part they're calling divisive is when he's obviously calling out some of the lawmakers in D.C. for not helping get that agenda done.
How does publicly humiliating lawmakers get them on your side to pass that agenda? He went after John McCain. John McCain is a war hero with brain cancer. He went after Jeff Flake. And also somebody in the audience said McCain should die, words to that effect. How does that make America great again? How does that help his growth agenda?
Well, don't forget, he didn't name them, which was very presidential.
He implied about them. No, he inferred to them, though. Go ahead.
But look, the bottom line is this. We want to get things done. Republicans, don't forget, for 7 years have been going around raising hundreds of millions of dollars saying they're going to repeal Obamacare. How many dozens of times did the House send a full repeal to President Obama's desk and yet won't one time send it to President Trump's desk, a man who says he will sign it? So this is him saying, go ahead, let's do this now. Let's deliver on the promises that not only he made, but so many senators and congressmen made that now it's being shown that they are all talk and no action, as he campaigned on.
Your point is well taken. They did raise a lot of money in political donations campaigning on reversing President Obama's policies. Let's get to what the president said about his Charlottesville comments. He left out the many, many sides comment and the comment about fine people marching with neo-Nazis. He's been criticized for that. I know a lot of people object to how that's been characterized. What are your thoughts there? Some are saying he's trying to rewrite history.
The bottom line is, on the day of that event, he came out and he did issue a full repudiation of all hate and bigotry in this country. So he did come out with a very good statement that if Obama would have done the same statement, and he did in the past at other events, it would have been accepted by the press as totally fine. But the press is trying to nitpick at any little thing with President Trump, and so they said, well, it's not specific enough. He didn't name the exact groups, which he then later came out and did. And then they got on his case saying, well, why didn't he do that the first time? So the bottom line is President Trump is draining the swamp, and this is the swamp fighting back. And that's the game they have. They have an outlet that is the media, but the media is I think the media is confused right now, but what they don't realize is that President Trump has this other outlet. Through these rallies and through his social media, he connects with hundreds of millions of people directly and bypasses the media.
You can't get around the swamp. I hear what you're saying. There's swamp math. There's swamp agendas. We get it. Understand what you're saying. It's just being asked, how does it make the president's agenda move forward when he's ripping into Republicans, publicly humiliating them again last night? How does that move the agenda forward? I mean, that's the issue, right? I mean, why can't he do it behind closed doors? Why publicly humiliate them?
Well, I think what you have also, is a more transparent presidency than we've ever seen. We know a lot more about his inner thinking through social media and other uses than any president in history. So, but this is a way to get people on board. Look, a lot of these people are coming up for re-election next year. It's a big, 2018 is going to be a big year. And this is basically telling the base who they should and should not support. So I think we're seeing a backlash against both parties and against the establishment in this country. And that's why, I've been saying for a while, I think next year is an anti-incumbent wave because of these reasons. And this is his way to point out to the base, again, who they should and should not support. And if the lawmakers want his support, they need to get on board with the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, he has 63 million people voting for that agenda. They're sick of the government blob. I mean, people out there get it, what's going on with the D.C. swamp. It's just that what is the president doing and where's the art of the deal to get that push forward? We understand the D.C. swamp is beyond irritating. It's just that is he playing it right? That's what the questions are about. And you were on Air Force One with the president last night. Now, here's the thing, Jeff. Are you personally thinking of running against Senator Jeff Flake?
Well, I've never spoken to that question, and because I'm very happy with my job. I love being the Arizona State Treasurer, and I loved helping President Trump get elected. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. Obviously, there are a lot of people that have you know, I keep popping up in Google alerts every night with an article written about that. But I've never said anything that to the case that I would do something like that. So, you know, my main concern is getting the agenda done, too. I very much want to see lower taxes. I very much want to see our borders protected.
Come on, Jeff, it sounds like you're running. It sounds like you're running. Now, if you're running, you have to come on this show and announce that you're running. Will you do that?
Liz, if that ever happens, I'll be happy to come back and talk to you.
That was a smart answer, because I said, will you do that? Meaning you will do that and come on the show and announce. I'm kidding. Good to see you, Jeff. Come on soon again. We love having you on.